All right, now we will turn our attention to the man in charge of Hoopfest, Matt Santangelo.
Yes, he is joining us now live. First of all, Matt, thank you very much for your time. We certainly appreciate it. We know that this was not an easy day. If you could just kind of talk me through the last couple of days when you kind of realized that canceling Hoopfest was going to have to be an option, that the COVID situation just was not improving.
Yeah, I think for us, 48 hours ago, we were a go. And then just this morning, as we continue these conversations with, regional health professionals, even at the state level, we realized that it was no longer a go. The health system is so overwhelmed right now with cases, with beds being full, and that's regional. It obviously leaks into Idaho as well. That it just no longer safe to have a Hoop Fest. And that is a really, really tough spot to be in for us. But ultimately, it led to the decision we made today.
Matt, Brenna Green here. Just how are you feeling right now? Hoopfest is your baby, and year two without having the big event in Spokane.
It hurts my heart. My heart is hurt, is how I feel, because you feel like you let so many people down. Hoopfest is such a treasure. It's such a gem for the region, from basketball playing, from a connection and love from the volunteers, from the support of sponsors, and ultimately like the economic impact to the region. It has such a great and far-reaching impact that my heart hurts that we were unable to do it. But at the end of the day, you're doing the right thing. I'm not a health professional, so I have to listen to the health professionals, and I have to be willing to be open to their guidance and suggestions. And ultimately, that's what led us to this decision. But it doesn't make the decision any easier. It is hard, and my heart's really heavy at the moment.
Hey, Matt, Mark here. A quick question. We've heard from several venues or events that are now requiring proof of vaccination to attend a concert, perhaps. Was that ever taken into consideration for Hoopfest? Hey, if you want to play or be on the court or around the court, you have to prove your vaccination?
Yes, we considered that. We considered negative testing, and we just found it to be kind of logistically too challenging. We're an open environment event. We're multi-day, and we're a team-based event. So this isn't just you and I going to a concert and proving one way or the other. This is, what happens if I'm one way and you're another way, but we're teammates? How does that impact our team being able to participate? And then how do we interact with fans and volunteers as well? So logistically, we were aware of that. We considered all those things, but we're a different type of event than a concert or even a normal sporting event where it's a ticketed event. And ultimately, we decided that was not able to be, those measures weren't able to be taken so quickly with just 2 weeks left for the event.
Matt, you have already said that if people want to get a refund, it will be a 20% refund. And I know you said that a lot of that was simply because you've incurred a lot of expenses already. What does this mean financially just to the whole organization not to be able to have this now for the second year?
I really, really appreciate that question because first and foremost, the majority of people understand. They understand that what's going on from a financial burden for just a small nonprofit in our community, which is what we are. But for those people that are more upset about what that refund policy is, I want to say, we hear you. I completely understand where frustration would come in as well. And so I think, for us, even with the 20% refund policy in place, and, for those teams that ultimately decide to request a refund, it still puts us on shaky ground as a small business that did not have its primary business activity available to us for 2 years. And so that really is the reason behind the refund policy, is because not only have we not had the ability to have our own event, but also the amount of expense that we've incurred in planning for 2 weeks from now for Hoopfest 2021. And so we hear you. We hear the complaints. We hear the frustration from teams that have registered. But up until this morning, we were planning for our event, and we're going to work with those teams to really try to mend those relationships, because it's not just about Hoopfest this year; it's about Hoopfest for many years to come.
All right, Matt Santangelo with Hoopfest. Thank you so much for your time. And my goodness, let's hope we can have Hoopfest 2022, right? Thank you very much.